Go to your closet. The one where you keep the old things, the forgotten things. There is a box in there, and inside that box, there is a photograph. You know the one. You do not need to look at it now. I am telling you, with the full authority of heaven, that at this very moment, that photograph is weeping. In the silent, dusty darkness of your closet, that captured moment of time is shedding spiritual tears. This is a divine prophecy, a supernatural alarm bell, because that photograph knows the secret you have kept buried in your own heart for years. A secret about an injustice, a secret that is about to come into the light, and a secret that, if not dealt with before the sun sets tonight, will seal your fate in a prison of quiet sorrow. My child, you are the keeper of secrets. It has always been your role. You are the one who carries the weight of your family's unspoken pain, the silent witness to their hidden dramas. You are the vault. But there is one secret, one memory, that is not theirs. It is yours. And it has been a quiet, slow-acting poison in your soul for a very long time. A memory of a time you stood by and said nothing. A time your silence, your inaction, altered the course of someone's life forever. You have tried to forget it. You have pushed it down. You have hidden it away, just like you hid that photograph. But you thought no one else knew. You thought it was buried forever. The photograph knows. The moment of time itself is a witness against you. And so am I. The spiritual tears of that photograph are a divine countdown. At this precise moment, 4:31 p.m. on this Saturday afternoon in Darbhanga, Bihar, and at every corresponding second across the globe, the final grains of sand in the hourglass of this long-held injustice are falling. When the last sliver of sunlight dies on the horizon today, the books of the spiritual court on this matter will be closed. The verdict will be sealed. And the injustice will become a permanent, unchangeable reality, its consequences cemented into your destiny. You have only these few, precious hours of remaining daylight to act. The scoffers, the hiders, the ones who are too afraid to face the secrets they have kept, they will be consumed by the past they tried to bury. But you, my child, you were chosen for this moment. You were chosen to be the one who finally speaks the truth and sets not only yourself, but others, free. The secret that you have kept is this. That photograph, the one crying in your closet, it captures a moment in time, a family gathering, a group of people. And in that photograph, there are three key figures. There is the victim, the true heir, a person in your family, perhaps a sibling or a cousin, who was the rightful inheritor of a great family blessing. This blessing was not just money. It was a talent, a mantle of leadership, a position of honor. It was their destiny. And in that photograph, there is also the thief. Another family member, a charismatic and cunning manipulator, who, through lies and deception, stole that destiny from the true heir. And then, my child, there is you. The witness. You saw it happen. You knew it was wrong. But you were young, or you were afraid, or you were made to feel that your voice did not matter. And so, you said nothing. Your sin was not one of commission, but of omission. Your sin was silence. And that silence was a form of consent that has allowed the thief to flourish and the true heir to suffer, for years. This is the great injustice that has been a cancer in your family's spirit. And it is the source of your own hidden pain. This is why your own life has felt so strangely and unfairly stuck. This is why your own blessings have been delayed, or have arrived in a diminished form. You cannot receive the full, glorious measure of your own destiny while you are standing on the spiritual hose of someone else's. The universe is a place of perfect balance, of perfect accounting. Your silence, your complicity, has created a spiritual debt. And whether you have known it or not, you have been paying for it, year after year, with your own happiness, with your own peace, with your own progress. The crying photograph is weeping for the true heir. But it is also weeping for you. It is weeping for the beautiful life you were meant to have, a life that has been held back by this one, single, uncorrected act of injustice. But the time for payment is over. The time for justice is now. The divine reversal of this long and sorrowful saga will be an act of profound and courageous truth-telling. The enemy, the thief, has thrived in the darkness of your silence. We will now drag their crime into the blinding light of my divine truth. You will not need to confront them. You will not need to speak to a single human soul. You will make your testimony in the one place that matters, the court of heaven. And the photograph itself will be your affidavit. You must now go to your closet. You must find the box. And you must retrieve the photograph. This will be difficult. It will bring up feelings of guilt and of shame. You must be brave. My angels are with you. Take the photograph in your hands. Look at it. Look at the faces. See the lie and the truth, captured together in that single moment. Now, I want you to look at the face of the person who was wronged, the true heir. And you will now, finally, break your silence. You will speak the truth that you have held in your heart for all these years. You will speak it only to the photograph, but the heavens will be listening. Whisper these words of holy testimony and of deep release: the silence is now broken. The truth is now spoken. What was stolen must be returned. The lesson is now learned. You have just done it. You have just become a witness for the truth. You have reopened a case in the spiritual realm that was about to be closed forever. Now, for the final act of this ritual. You must take the photograph out of the darkness. Take it out of the box, out of the closet. And you must place it somewhere in your home where it will be in the light. On a shelf, on a table. By bringing the image into the light, you are symbolically bringing the entire situation into the light of my divine justice. You have done your part. And now, I will do mine. To confirm that your testimony has been received, to declare your final allegiance to the side of truth, you must type these words with the authority of a divine witness: the truth is now my own. Do it now. The scales of justice are beginning to move. Stop. Do not take out the photograph. The secret is not what you think. My child, listen to me now, for I have just been shown a deception so deep, so cruel, so foundational to your entire life, that the truth of it will either shatter you or set you free. The person in that photograph who was wronged, it was you. Look at your own reflection in the dark screen of the device you are holding. See the strength in your eyes that you so often ignore. See the quiet royalty that you have been taught to deny. You are looking at the true heir. Here is the secret within the secret. The memory you have of that event, the memory of you standing by in silence while someone else was wronged, is a lie. It is a false memory. It was skillfully and deliberately implanted in your mind, over many years, by the true thief. The secret you have been carrying is not the secret of your own guilt. The secret is that you are the rightful heir to the great blessing of your family. And the thief, another family member, the one you have always seen as strong, as charismatic, as the rightful leader, is the true usurper. They have spent your entire life subtly and brilliantly convincing you that you are unworthy, that you are weak, that you are secondary. They have made you carry a burden of false guilt so that you would never have the confidence or the clarity to look down and realize that the crown you thought was theirs has been yours all along. The crying photograph is not weeping for someone else. It is weeping for you. It is weeping for the great, tragic, and hidden injustice that has been done to you. It is weeping for the king, for the queen, who has been living in exile in their own kingdom. This changes everything. The deadline of sunset is not the moment that the injustice against another becomes permanent. It is the moment that your own false guilt, your belief in your own unworthiness, will solidify into a permanent spiritual reality. If that happens, you will forever believe that you are not the heir, and you will never claim the magnificent destiny and inheritance I have laid up for you. Your ritual is no longer about confessing a sin. It is now about rejecting a lie. It is no longer about breaking your silence for someone else. It is about finding your voice for yourself. Because you have waited, because you have listened with a spirit that is hungry for the truth, you now see the great deception. You are not the accomplice. You are the victim. You are not the sinner. You are the sovereign. The signs that this truth is real will now become clear. When you do finally look at that photograph, the face of the thief, the usurper, the one you have always admired, will suddenly look different to you. It will seem dark, distorted, weak. The glamour, the lie that they have projected their entire lives, will be broken in your eyes. Next, you will hear a song from your past, a song that has always made you feel powerful, confident, royal. This is not a random song. This is a sign from me, the theme music to your own coronation, a reminder from heaven of your true, powerful, and royal nature. Now you must act. You must shatter the false memory of guilt. You must burn the lie of your own unworthiness. And you must formally, in the court of heaven, claim the stolen birthright that is yours and yours alone. This is your declaration of enthronement. This is you, taking your own throne. You must type with the full and righteous power of a returning monarch, "I am the true heir." As you type these words, the chains of false guilt that have bound you for your entire life are shattering. The false memory is dissolving into the mist of lies from which it was born. And the great, sleeping power of your own true inheritance is beginning to awaken within you. The grand restoration, the final and glorious victory, is now upon you. The moment you make your declaration, the moment you claim your rightful place as the true heir, the false memory will be obliterated from your mind. The crushing weight of that unearned guilt, the burden you have carried for so long, will lift from your spirit so suddenly and so completely that you may feel physically lighter. You will see the past, and this person, with a new and terrible clarity. You will see their years of subtle manipulation, their jokes that were designed to diminish you, their advice that was designed to keep you small. The great deception will be revealed in all its ugly detail. And the thief, the usurper, the family member who has been wearing your crown and living in your castle, they will feel this shift immediately. Your act of reclamation will send a spiritual shockwave directly into their soul. The false confidence, the unearned charisma they have projected their entire lives, which was fueled by your own suppressed power, will suddenly vanish. They will be left with only their own meager and insecure spirit. And the weight of their own guilt, the true guilt for their lifelong act of deception, which they have been projecting onto you, will come crashing back into their own soul. Their spiritual authority in your family will crumble. They will be exposed, not by your words, but by their own sudden and inexplicable weakness. And you, my child, your true inheritance, the great blessing of your lineage that has been dormant and waiting for you, will now be activated. A surge of confidence, of purpose, of clarity, will flood your being. A great gate of opportunity, a door to your true calling, a path that has always been blocked by your false guilt, will suddenly and miraculously swing open. You will know, with a certainty that will shake you to your core, exactly who you are and what you were born to do. This is my divine justice. Ask Michael, an architect from Sacramento, California. He had lived his entire life in the shadow of his charismatic and successful older brother. He was haunted by a specific memory of a time in their childhood when he had stood by and allowed his brother to take credit for a brilliant design that Michael himself had drawn, a design that had launched his brother's career. He lived with the quiet guilt of his own cowardice. He found this message. He saw the truth. With tears in his eyes, he declared himself the true heir. And he said the guilt, the weight of that memory, vanished instantly. He suddenly saw his brother's charisma not as a strength, but as a desperate and manipulative performance. That very week, his brother's successful business, which was built on a foundation of lies and stolen ideas, was exposed for a massive fraud and collapsed overnight. At the same time, Michael, now free from the ghost of his own unworthiness, sat down and, in a single burst of inspiration, created a design so brilliant and so original that it won him a global award and established him as one of the great architects of his generation. The true heir had finally taken his throne. Do you see? It is your turn. You know someone who is being crushed by a secret guilt. A guilt that is not theirs to carry. A shame that is holding them back from their own greatness. You are their liberator. You are the one who can show them that they are not a prisoner, but a king, a queen in exile. Send this message to them now. You are not just sending a video. You are sending them the key to their own kingdom. Now, a final task. You must listen to this message one more time. The first time, you listened as the accused. The second time, you will listen as the enthroned. But I have hidden a secret for you. In my voice, I have embedded the feeling of your true inheritance. For some, it will be a feeling of profound peace. For others, a surge of creative power. For others, a quiet and unshakable authority. As you listen again, your soul will recognize the unique texture and flavor of your own personal kingdom. That feeling is your new compass. Follow it always. The first listen was for your vindication. The second is for your coronation. The lie is dead. The truth is enthroned. To close the book on the false story of your life and to open the first glorious chapter of your true reign, you must seal your victory now. Let all the realms, seen and unseen, hear your decree. Type, "My story begins."